Welcome back to day 6 here. What's good? We're starting this video off with another 2 bangers, and I did catch one L last night, and I'm going to walk you through exactly my head where it was at during the 2 wins and the L that I caught, which was off this fair value gap right here, and why this didn't play out compared to why these 2 trades did play out. Very beautiful market after these elections. Honestly, I'm really surprised, and I was listening to ICT and he said that it's only going to get better because now Trump's president and he's a lot better. Obviously, as you can see with this pump, he's a lot better for the markets. Okay, so let's start off with the 4 hour. We had this 4 hour fair value gap right here, which we NQ tapped into. However, like NQ tapped into it before market open. ES didn't even have that 4 hour, but we did have this 1 hour on ES, which also was tapped into and was holding. As you can see, we're always held. So going into market open, I was looking for these Asia and London highs to get swept. As you can see, straight away, market did sweep those. We were holding. So my original level was to come down to this 1 hour, and we were kind of holding this like breaker block because we tapped into it, and then we pumped up combined with that SMT, right, to rebalance. And you'll often notice that if the price wants to go lower, we might create an SMT and you're like, holy shit, are we reversing? But we're gonna reverse, but only to like maybe the 50% level, or maybe like this might be just to, you know, equilibrium or OTE. Equilibrium actually perfectly tapped it and then came down, and then these SMTs just go back to equilibrium and then drive them to the original draw on liquidity, which I marked that on NQ, which got hit perfectly, which was this 4 hour fair value gap and this 1 hour as well. So then market open, came out these Asia highs. I was like, all right, looking beautiful. So I started looking for shorts, but ES was the only market after market open who actually took Asia high and London high, as you can see. So I was like, all right, we got an SMT on the bigger time frame because NQ didn't take it out at this point. So and then we had an SMT on the 1 minute as well, on the 30 second as well, which was like this. So ES took this internal high. I was like, okay, that's the internal model. Internal models ready. NQ didn't take this high. As you can see, so I was like, all right, I'm going to enter off this inversion. So this fair value gap inverse. And I was like, okay, gets tapped back into, I'm going to enter. So this was unfortunate that it didn't work out, but we didn't actually have internal manipulation. We had this like little SMT on the 30 second, but that was way too zoomed in. So then we come up, I get stopped out. We come up, we take this high, internal high, NQ does not. Sorry, ES does not. Then we have this SMT, right? Now we come up and we take this internal high as well as the Asia and London highs on the 4 hour. Now I want you to look at this clear liquidity sweep of all these highs, right? There was so many highs here. Tapped into the 1 hour, and then accumulation, manipulation with this high, and then distribution to the downside. I looked at that and I was like, okay, we are looking absolutely phenomenal. And I waited for the 30-second entry, which I think was just this inversion and then of this fair value gap right here on the 30-second. And then we tap back into here, and then we have a reaction down, and I entered the closure of that bearish candle right there. So we had we tapped into fair value gap, reaction down, and I was like, all right, my target for this, okay, I'm gonna give you a gem right here. We had a 15-minute inversion that usually holds. So as you can see, we inverse this 15 minutes to the upside, and we had a lot of low resistance liquidity. And as you can see, there's like 4 lows that I just like stacked up here. So my original TP was just these 2 lows right here. And I was like, we might wick into these, sweep them out, and go back up, which we did because we would have held that inverse fair value gap. So I took both contracts off there, and I was actually down. I was up now. I was down before, so I was up about, I think, $1,000. So I was like, okay, I'm done for today. Pretty, like, sayonara, goodbye. But then price comes up, and I was actually looking for my entry here to short again because it just looks so good. We were holding that fair value gap, and then we had a reaction. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stay out. But then it was just too beautiful because price did this stop hunt right here. Stop hunt. We had a SMT with ES at this point as well, as you can see. ES did not take this high, and ES was holding this 1 minute fair value gap. So we had a stop hunt, 1 minute fair value gap, rebounds to OTE of the leg, and I entered, I believe, off of this reaction down right there, I think it was. And then, as you can see, price just started to come back and then take all these internal lows. I had my TP again just over there. Just wanted to catch some of the market. I don't need to catch the whole piece. You can only make 3K on Top Step in 1 day anyway, and I was down 1K, but then these two trades made me go up 3K, which I think balances out to like, yeah, so I count that 2.3K. So also the other account that I had been up on, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I traded election week last week and I made a mistake. I blew it. I blew it when Trump was becoming president, and all it takes is one trade. I lost 3K in one trade, and then I blew the account. But which is fine. We still have this account, and like I said, on the other account, it was like 5 wins I took and like 2 L's. And the 1 L was my mistake. I journaled about it, but now I'm good. Regardless, we caught this in the Discord as well. As you can see, I was just talking to Mammoth, one of the guys in the Discord. He missed his entry, but he marked this out as well. As you can see, first forward says OTE, blah, blah, blah. If you guys want to cash these, get them to live. And with that being said, peace.